This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
Style points.
And making his, we figured it out, third appearance. You've never been on a movie review, though. You've been on a Game of Thrones reaction.
Yes.
You filled in for Johnny on the Rick and Johnny podcast. First movie review, Dave Oster joining the Rick and Johnny podcast.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Well, we had to, because Dave, for the longest time, we were going to go see Pacific Rim Uprising. You were probably the most excited person of the three of us.
I think I told you
to
like
see
a
Pacific
year
Rim
before
Uprising.
this even came
Yes.
out. I was like, so I'm going to be on your movie review, right?
You're like, I'm going to see it. I'm going to be on the review. I've got to. We saw Pacific Rim Uprising, if you haven't noticed by now. Movie review for it. If you're new to everything, how do we do it? We kind of sit in a non-spoiler fashion. Then we quickly move into spoiler mode. Then at the end, we give both our show stealer, which is our MVP. We give our rating. And then we talk about a little bit of what we're going to see next. But before we get into everything, a little bit of housekeeping. First off, thank you guys. 10,000 subscribers. Yeah. I forgot to thank them at the beginning of the Rick and Johnny podcast, but I hit it at the end of the podcast. So I made sure to do it here. Thank you guys for 10K. If you're listening on a podcast service and you're like, I'm never on YouTube, still hit subscribe. Go over there and hit subscribe. Give us the subscriber numbers. But then also check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. That's how you support us. Make sure we can keep doing these for you guys each and every week. We also got mostvaluablepodcast.com. That's where you check out everything. iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. It would really mean a lot to us. And then last but not least, the store, I believe, is the one that I didn't say yet. Those shirts down below in the link in the description. But guys, let's get into it. Pacific Rim Uprising. Dave, I'm going to start with you because you're our esteemed guest here on the podcast.
I'm honored.
General thoughts of this movie after watching it. What were your thoughts in general, without getting into spoilers, of Pacific Rim Uprising?
Genuinely surprised. This was a movie where I went
in
with
expectations.
I went in with very low expectations. I was thinking this is going to be Transformers all over again. But I was very pleasantly surprised. I think it was a really fun-paced movie, tons of action, tons of fun, and honestly, like visually, just super appealing.
Well, the thing I didn't notice until after I watched Pacific Rim yesterday, it looked like a different movie because it was during the day.
Right. Yeah. Right. They really wanted to kind of show like what these things can do in daylight and what a city looks like with these fighting. Where the first one was very much
you couldn't see anything.
Guillermo del Toro, and it was stylized in a specific way, and it looked beautiful. But it was very much like it's everything in the dark, everything glows, everything looks so cool. Yeah. But at the same time, you don't get that appreciation for like how ridiculous this is in a city, and that's kind of what this brought to this.
Well, it's like I saw from Andre the Black video game nerd, where he was basically like, it's Power Rangers.
Oh,
this was Power Rangers, which I watched that and I just went, he's right. Johnny, what did you think after the movie in general?
Kind of like Dave, lower expectations when I went in.
Lower than Dave or about the same?
About the same as Dave. I didn't have lower than him. I thought, you know what? This is not going to be like, maybe not as bad as Transformers even. I'm like, okay, this is going to be like general sequel movie to a movie that was pretty good. No, I think it met, maybe even exceeded the other movie, just because, A, he's right. There's a lot of nighttime visuals. And it was cool to see some of the cities at night, and to kind of quote honest trailers, bright colors, giant monsters, giant robots fighting giant monsters, just all that stuff.
Yeah, well, and
it's basically that movie, but daytime and actually a little bit more character development.
I'm different than you guys. I went in with probably the lowest expectation. Like I went in and I remember telling Johnny, this is not going to be a good movie.
This is going to be like Last Witch Hunter bad.
Yes, this is like, and what I was expecting from it was it is going to be shitty sequel bad, where it's like you usually come in and it's like, you know what, this was horrible. It's not going to live up to the first one. But coming out of it, I was like, you know what? This was kind of Boondock Saints 2. Where, was it exactly what I got in the first one? God, no. Or as Boondock Saints, fuck no.
Fuck no.
However, I was just as excited coming out of it as I was for Boondock Saints 2 because it hit on everything that I wanted. And the best thing about this movie, you even said this when we walked out, it knew what it was, and it swerved into that curve. It did
Yeah.
not go away from it. It knew, hey, this is what we are, and this is what we're going to do with it.
Yeah, you can't recreate what Pacific Rim 1 was.
You can't cancel the apocalypse twice.
Exactly. Like, they made jokes at themselves. I think it was a very clever way to write this out and to present this as a story because it never took itself too seriously. We're talking about like world ending and all this stuff, and they're still just peppering in jokes and everything.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of blends itself to like the Marvel thing where they really do go for, there's a lot of opportunity for a comedy to bring in and like lighten up moments in the movies, and it makes them just much more enjoyable throughout.
Well, it wasn't like Thor Ragnarok
No,
comedy,
it was, yeah, I
but-
was saying,
No.
like, it wasn't that, but
it was
peppered in enough.
It was still there, and the thing that I loved most about this movie, we will get to exactly what it was in spoiler mode. This one had a twist. Some
Yes.
were. I was looking. Some reviews were saying the twist happened. The villain twist happened a little bit sooner than some would have liked. But I don't know about you guys. Without giving spoilers, it was a twist that I was like, oh. Wasn't expecting that to happen.
Exactly.
Was not expecting that to happen. Were you
no.
guys
Huge
as
surprise.
shocked on the twist?
Yeah. No, I was.
I think I was a little surprised at how they showed us what was going to happen because I honestly thought it could have been presented better.
Yeah.
But like I didn't see it coming.
No,
I didn't even think about
because most of the people, this might be a little spoilery, but I'm going to say it anyways in this section. If you think it's just the kaiju versus the robots, you're wrong. There is something underneath there that is going to pop out.
There's a hidden layer that you need to peel away.
A
It's
hidden
like an onion.
layer. Yeah, it is like an onion. Any final thoughts you think we should mention in spoiler mode, non-spoiler mode, before we get to spoiler mode?
Nah, I'm ready to spoil the shit out of this.
Spoilers.
All right, and this is where I warn you guys, if you guys don't want to be spoiled, you want to go see it, this is where you hit the pause button. We will sit here literally all day, all night until you come back
got
to
YouTube.
us.
We can do this.
And we can sit here, not eat too. Like that's the most impressive part. I'll sit here in this chair.
I don't need
won't
food.
look as any skinnier, so I won't starve.
You're not hunger
but
strike.
yeah, but I'll sit here as long as you want. Go see the movie, come back, or if you don't care, we're gonna go right along into it. But guys, let's jump into spoiler mode. And the first thing we're kind of gonna try to go through, like we always do, start from the beginning and kind of go through the movie. But you guys should know we kind of jump around like crazy. It's whatever. However the wind
It
blows,
starts in the
however
beginning and then it
waves
kind
go.
of just falters into everything.
The thing I loved most about this movie was how it started, where it was John Boyega's character, where it's like everything's over, half the world's decimated, the other half has moved on.
They've rebuilt and whatnot.
It's basically I'm a party boy. I'm living it up. I'm basically kind of that street rat kind of a guy, like Aladdin style, where it's like I'm gonna take these Jaeger parts, trade them for like sriracha, and I'm gonna trade it for like water, and I'm gonna trade it
cookies
for like
and
food, exactly.
cereal.
When he smells the Oreos to make sure they're fresh,
Living
too.
in a broken down mansion.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, it's half a mansion. at
half a
least.
mansion going to
Sleeping,
waste.
was he sleeping on a kaiju bone, or was he sleeping on a Jaeger head?
No, what he was sleeping on in the pool was actually a.
A Jaeger part, right?
No, it was shit. I forgot what it's
Jet
called.
ski?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
A skidoo.
Because I know right
Yeah.
like behind him
It
as
was
they
a jet
panned
ski,
up,
yeah.
it was the entire kaiju
Yeah, the
skeleton
bones,
was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's what destroyed half the mansion. I mean,
But
still
I-
got half a mansion.
I loved how they started that and kind of set the world where it was like, hey, you know what? It might be, 10 years after everything happened, but we still haven't moved on.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
haven't cleaned up everything.
Some of us have moved on and started rebuild. Some places just like, hey, fuck it, we're done. We're out.
Well, I mean, you can't like coming back from that level of like shit's gone
Decimation.
wrong. Like,
Well, where
yeah.
the hell, what the hell do you put those kaiju bones?
I don't know.
When it's that big.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, also, depending on what country gets hit by it,
Yeah.
Right.
not
some-
every single country is going to be able to just
That's
pick
true,
up the
too.
pieces.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? They were in, and this is jumping to the end, were they in, not Hong Kong, but wasn't it Japan?
There's Japan,
By
yeah.
Mount Fuji. And it's like, everything's fine in Japan, but wherever Boyega's character, Pentecost, was at the beginning, was not. It was not fine at all. The thing I also loved was when they go up against the first Jaeger. He finds the girl. I know this is jumping a little bit. Finds the girl.
You described the general
And-
thing until she meets her.
And her Jaeger's like yay tall.
Yeah.
And the other one is like this tall.
Yeah, she was like ankle high.
Yeah.
It was so cool because you know that's in my mind. It's always just the most giant robots, and then she builds this little like homemade one, and she
little
can pilot it
scrapper.
herself.
Kind of gave me a Ray vibe to it.
A little
Yeah,
bit,
kinda.
a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna mention that, but I didn't want to
Like the
toss it in there.
the little girl who, because I could see
Toss
Ray
it whenever
doing
you
the same
want.
thing where, because like it was how are you going to pilot this with one person? Oh, no, I'm going to do it. I have my 2 cores now.
I built it small enough so I can take on the neural load.
Exactly.
Which was cool. Just the whole by itself. Yeah, it's built from scrap. The fact that I did not see that. I don't know if you guys did either. Like it gets away by turning into a ball and going. Woof.
Yeah.
And then
really?
That's the first bit of well, not the very first, but one of the first bits of comedy. The guy in the gig, really? This is really what we're going with? And then when she's like, "Oh, I got away from it," and Jake's like, "No, you didn't." And then the hand comes in. It's like, "No,
digging through the building.
You didn't get away from it. We're not out of the woods yet." The thing that where do you guys want to jump from this? I'll ask you guys because really the beginning is just we're set in this world.
Set up both main characters.
And a whole lot of Jake not wanting to be his father.
Yeah,
that was heavily
I think the
laced in
redemption arc
this,
was pretty awesome.
Where it's like at the end he became his father in a way.
Yeah, but
somewhat.
He basically got tossed out of being a ranger.
Yeah,
I can't not go Ranger Power Ranger now because you've ruined it.
Yep.
But he got tossed out of being a ranger.
Five different robots. They don't come together. They don't come together. That's my favorite part of that video I sent you guys.
But I think that was awesome because you saw like his reluctancy, his attitude. I think that was John Boyega's attitude coming back was awesome. Like he really got into it. I love that.
The play back and forth between him and Eastwood's character.
Yeah, as soon as he got back, he was like, "Oh, some stuff hasn't changed," and just like he comes back in, and it was just, I love the tension.
What the hell? The hell are you wearing? Well, I talked to so and so. Thought we needed a little bit of style around here. Ice cream's on the top left. Yes, that's what we need.
You really need that many toppings?
Don't touch my toppings. Don't even touch my toppings, man. But I mean, like
the back and forth one was great.
Yeah, the whole thing was set up. Boyega, like I'm taking this again from someone else, and I talked to you, Dave, where if a little bit of this character went over into Star Wars, I wouldn't be upset.
No.
I wouldn't be upset at all. Like
this was awesome.
He was my favorite, but the thing that I love the most about this movie, they were not afraid to kill people.
No.
They were not afraid to just decimate
George
people.
R.R. Martin, that shit.
Well, not just that. I made the joke with you after, like, you're the big Marvel fanboy. I looked at you and said, "Now, see, Marvel, that's how you do it." I haven't even seen this one character in 10 years, I think it's been, between the last movie and this movie.
10 years.
And I still was like, holy crap, she's dead.
Yeah, Miss Maury.
She's dead.
Yeah.
Where it's his sister that dies. And I think the best thing about it is how they made it, where she died. Where it's like the helicopter's spinning, he jumps with the Jaeger. Oh, I'm reaching out. Scrape.
Yep.
And the thing that I think you brought up after we watched the movie, Dave, was you could also play into it the fact of, did he have a little part in killing her?
Was there an influence in it? Because, he bumped the helicopter as it was trying to make a landing.
Pilot looked like he
went
had
out
it.
of control then.
Pilot looked like he might have had control of the helicopter.
Yeah. No.
He sent it, the scrape may have sent it spinning.
I was surprised that they killed her. I thought they were going to keep her in the movie for some time.
Like in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. They're gonna pair them up. They're gonna go on a Jaeger." And then I was like, "Nope, just toss that out the window."
There goes that theory.
And that's another thing for me on my side. The only thing I wish I would have done before this movie is watch the first one, because I watched the first one years ago when it came out. You made me watch it.
I think I've seen the first one at least 8-9 times.
But like, I wish I would have. I wish I would have watched the first one like on Wednesday, so I would have had it in the back of my mind. Because yet again, low expectations coming in. It was kind of like a Boondock Saints thing. Where coming into that one, I'm like, I don't need to watch the first one. Like Super Troopers, I'm gonna be like, I don't need to watch the first one again. I'll be fine. And then like 10 minutes into the movie, after they like start meeting everyone, I'm like, I should have watched this. I'm trying to catch up now.
Yeah,
I am
like
on catch-up mode.
The second batch of recruits is basically, they had some parallels to the first group from Pacific Rim 1.
Yeah.
My favorite though has to be out of the cadets. Has to be I'll call her Victoria. She really likes that one. She was probably my favorite just because of the dynamic between her and Amara.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like we hate each other and we're not going to get along. Kind of like in, and I'm only saying this because I watched the first one yesterday. I forgot about the whole fight scene where it's like he calls the sister a bitch. Don't say that to her. Take it back. And then they get into the whole fist fight and they get in trouble even more than what they did. I believe that was Nate that was like, don't Don't call her that.
Yeah.
Take it back. What did you guys think of the recruits overall? The cadets.
I like the back and forth between all of them, especially like you said between Victoria and Amara, where especially well, I don't remember who it was exactly. One of them actually sets her up to get in a fight with her because he teaches her Russian. He's like,
yes.
It's like,
am I saying that right? Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah, you are. And then
Nailed it.
was it like eat shit or something like that, or
it was like kiss my ass or
Something
something?
like kiss my ass.
Yeah.
all I know is she said,
am I saying that right?
yeah, you're saying it right. Like you dick, you set her up for that.
But here's what we'll get into: the villain twist I mentioned.
Yes.
The big thing was right away. I thought that the leader of the Shao technology.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right, she's the baddie. She's the one. It's going to be her. Something happens to her robots, and the Jaeger program has to fix it. Which kind of happened, but not like I want. I thought she was going to be the one behind it, to where it's like, oh, what master plan is she?
You thought this was like
concocting?
straight up Iron Man 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just too obvious.
Exactly, and that's why I was glad when they didn't do that.
Well, because
I wasn't right.
The giant rogue Jaeger. What did you think was going to happen when they pulled the face off? I thought it was going to be the thing that she was creating. She was trying to make an issue.
Well,
for like, oh, this is why you guys have to do my thing.
That's
right
exactly
now.
what I was.
That's what I was thinking.
Because even then, when she had the scene after that with Gottlieb, and it was just, or not Gottlieb, Geisler. I just want to call him Charlie Day. Whatever.
Just call him Charlie Day.
Yeah. When she had the scene with him, and it was like, oh yeah, no. So all in all, like this wasn't too bad of a day. After watching a city get decimated, having Miss Mori die,
well, because
and all
her,
this stuff, and she's like, no, all in all, like it's totally worked out to our advantage.
And on like,
I was like, you heartless bitch.
In her mind, like she might, like I saw that and was like, all right, she was behind it. But now looking back, you kind of go, even if she wasn't behind it, like she wasn't, it worked out as a positive for her, because it's like, hey, my robot was better than your robot.
Yeah.
So we just need more of my robots to fight that robot, but I'm not going to tell them that it was taken from us, because then they won't want to buy ours. But the big twist of Charlie's character, Charlie Day's character, the thing that made me go,
Newt.
Okay, was when he was talking to Gottlieb, and he's like, oh, you should come to dinner.
Meet Alice.
You can meet Alice. And I'm thinking, oh, it's his wife. Like, he's got a wife. And then,
it's been 10 years.
And then the scene where he comes home, and he's like, oh, hey, honey, and he's talking.
Bitching about his day.
Right away, I'm like, she got murdered. Like, that was the first thought in my head. She got murdered. Then he goes up to the room, and it looks a little disheveled. My first mind was, oh, she left him for someone. Oh, she's cheating. Oh, she left in some way. Oh, she got kidnapped. Things running through my head. And then they turn, and it's a kaiju brain.
And you hear that thunk on the glass panel.
With Alice written on it. And I'm like, holy shit. Part of me right away was like, what if Gottlieb would have went? And like, fine, I'm going to go to dinner, and would have learned about it.
Like,
how much would have that changed the movie progression? But I was not expecting Charlie Day's character to be the villain, to be the one where it's like the precursor is in my head, and they are trying to come back to finish the job that they tried to do in the first one.
Honestly, like it was the weird thing was like Gottlieb and him had talked the scene before about like Gottlieb was like, I still have nightmares. I still see them.
And like, he's like, hey man, it was a pretty good ride, man.
Yeah, Gottlieb is like, this has deeply affected my life. I'm like a shaken man because of it. And meanwhile, Charlie's just like, yeah, wild ride, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, guys?
Well, in the way I think I described it to us when we were driving home from the theater, it reminded me a lot of like a drug addict, where it was like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if you should do that. I don't know. Pretty wild ride. I'm on a wild ride all the time with it, because he's continually like starting to do it because he can't stop.
It's like they were both drug addicts in the 80s. Hey, I got clean. I can't like... I can't go back to this kind of life.
Like, continuing to do it.
This is all great, man. I gotta do this.
You're looking over. He's got like the band around his arm with the teeth. Like, oh, we're not gonna do this. No, we're not doing this. I thought that's what
maybe
this
that's
was.
what the dinner invitation was.
Just me.
Was like, come over and we'll go up like the old days and double sync.
Oh man, and now we're getting some big parallels here. It kind of is like that drug addicts in the 80s kind of a thing, but was not expecting him to be the villain for this movie. And then the thing that actually made me go, holy crap, I don't know if you guys were thinking this was like either a cop-out or if this was like good writing, but where they were like, wait a second, why are these two going away from the cities? And then it's like, show me the plans from the first one. They show, and they're all coming to this one location. All right, what's there? Oh, that's Mount Fuji. Oh, wait, what happens when this? And then they decide, oh, wait, they weren't trying to decimate our cities. They were trying to get here because when their blood mixes with this, boom, explosion, kill the planet, and then they can basically take our planet for them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys think that was... Like, for me, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Did you guys think it was a little weak with that? Do you think there should have been something else, like in the writing department, with their motivation? Well, their motivation.
I think it was better than just, here's giant monsters trying to destroy your cities. Like,
well, why are they trying to destroy our cities?
Well, that's the thing. It was... Well, the first movie you let it as, oh, they're terraforming the Earth. They're trying to destroy everything. Because
the whole thing was the carbon monoxide stuff.
We've destroyed the atmosphere so they can move in, but they're just saying these big monsters to clear out our garbage, basically. Yeah. And now it turns into, no. We're sending them to literally go start a reaction that will just completely destroy all human life in one blow.
They're basically a giant bomb.
Yeah,
that's what they kind of, when they brought it up, the plans from last movie and this movie is like, okay, that's actually pretty cool now. I think that's actually better writing than just, okay, we're just sending monsters to destroy cities.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot more creative. It's like, no, they're actually going to Mount Fuji because we learned earlier in the movie that their blood reacts with precious metals, I think it was. Rare earth metals. Yeah. And violently they react with it. And apparently Mount Fuji, I don't know if this is actually scientifically true, but I didn't do my research, is full of those. At least in the movie it is. Yeah. So it's like, damn, that's actually really cool that we precursed it in this. And then all of a sudden, yeah, no, this is actually what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice tie-in, added some depth to it, and definitely gave it like that's why it's a zeroed-in location. So yeah.
There was only one part of this movie I didn't like, and I said it to you guys immediately after. I didn't like jumping then a little further. So Charlie Day's the villain. You find out that in the Shao robots, they put a kaiju brain in there, and then they like spew out, and it's like, okay, now it's kind of like a hybrid between the two.
Did.
Yeah. After the two that they had at the base kind of decimate the entire base, there was that one montage scene where it was like, if I was sitting there just not thinking, I'd be like, all right, it's a fun scene. But there was a part of me that just felt like, we're putting the robots together. Traditional montage. I'm hammering the nail.
Yeah, at least have
Gonna work together for the team. And then it just stopped. That's exactly what I thought of it. Like, and then they come back and like the three of them, Nate, Jake, and then the one girl that they were both kind of pining over, are just walking. And I was like, was the montage needed? Was it needed?
Obviously, so we can show the quick rebuild of robots.
I get that, but I was
so we can have the old theme come back.
It was
seriously okay. That theme song is dope, and y'all know it.
But it was like very like we're gonna force this in there, and the point of me doing that is the style that I did mine off of is very much How I Met Your Mother when Marshall does everything, like anything that Marshall did describe. That's what I thought of with that. Moving them forward. It was then, all right, we need something to do. It was so Nate and Jake, they fused together. And then it was all the like cadets and all the other ones.
Yeah.
The whole thing I was waiting for throughout, and we got it at the very end, was when is Amara and Pentecost, when are they going to drift together? When are we going to see that? Because they teased it earlier.
They did.
When it's like, I'm going to help you. And it's like, you got to let the memory go. Let it go.
You have to go past it.
And I mean, I was skipping over that, learning that when she was a little kid, being there when a kaiju came up during the first movie.
And murdered her entire family. It's very... the parallels between her and Miss Mori right there.
Yeah.
It's, watching everybody you love die in front of you kind of thing.
Well, the part that was the worst is like when she went to jump, foot right through, and it's like, oh shit, I can't jump now.
And everyone's dead.
And they're all smashed.
It came down on them, right?
Yeah, it came right down right on
murdered her
them. My only question right there was they died during it, but I couldn't tell if the foot came down on them or came down in the space between them.
No, it came down
big,
on them.
Space between them small. Just spatial awareness that went out.
That was one yet again in my head. I was like, all right, I get they're dead and died, but did the foot come down on
unless
them?
the kaiju was like a spider and had like a little tiny...
the little spear-like leg.
Nice big feet.
I say it was...
But like you had that connection because even like Jake, it wasn't the same thing, but he still has that my father died.
Yeah.
No,
but his father killed himself. It wasn't like a kaiju.
Sacrifice play.
Yeah, it was sacrificial, but I mean, he saved the world. That's his thing. And then, yeah,
I don't know if
obviously
you're going to
Jake,
complain much about that.
just basically a disappointment who got washed out because he was a brat. So
Yeah. What about the ending, though? The last fight scene at the end? Basically, clumping it all together.
Loved
Anything.
it.
Like, they drop down.
That's where...
you want to give the line? Give the Reader Repulsa line?
Oh, yeah.
Make my monsters grow.
And they just start forming together. Remember, the Jaegers don't come together. They don't come together. The kaiju come together. And, like, the thing that I was thinking of, it's like, oh, of course, we're gonna make this thing bigger and badder so that nothing can, like, the one where he just palms it, and it's like, I'm going to put you in my mouth. And they're like, eject, eject. And the one guy doesn't eject.
Yeah.
His ejector doesn't work. Another guy dies. Another one. Like, there were probably, I think, 2 or 3 recruits that died during this final scene.
One.
I think there's only
2.
one.
Just the one.
I thought they had at least 2.
The one with the Russian dude that played Trololo?
Yes.
He's the only one. The kid from... he's from the Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
He's the only one that died.
I thought that... Here's the reason why I thought there was 2.
Okay.
There was the one where... when Amari was ejecting out of the mouth, the one guy's ejector pod didn't work. Because, like, when she hit, she was like, where is he? And she's the only pod that came
around the corner after.
Okay.
Because they came,
like a block
they
away.
looked for her.
I thought that those were the other ones. I thought it was him, and then when they panned over and you saw, like, the
hand.
arm with, like, it was crushed.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
it was
think
like, that's why I thought there were 2 that died, not just one.
No,
I
just
think it was
the
only
one.
one. Yeah.
There's only one recruit that got killed. What I want to say, and it actually plays into the quote I used in the beginning. You and I, we're watching it. Robot lands, slides in. You and I look at each other and go, style points.
Exact same. It creeped me out. a little
Same
bit.
tone, same time.
We're just like, style
Points.
And that was the one that was because out of the Jaegers, most of them were 2.
Yeah,
but
that was
that
the one
one
that had
the
3.
3. And it had the one where Victoria's character had to go down, and it's like the thing I thought which was awesome was behind you, and she flipped around, and the guns just come around. I was like, that was so cool.
That
was pretty cool.
But I mean, what did you guys think of the idea of, all right, we're going to use the thrusters to go up and basically Superman it into the kaiju?
I mean, that seemed like a good answer, but the thing is like, it seemed like a good answer, but imagine if they hit it like straight on and it knocked it into the volcano. Then you kill everybody in the world.
Yeah.
I'm
like you knock it so far in that you're basically going...
Like the angle. They hit it like on the side
like
of the
you're going basically
so if they
through
hit it
into the lava.
It would have fallen in.
Yeah.
And that would have been it. I'm like...
They got really lucky on that angle.
Margin, but,
well, it's a movie. You know
I know.
It's going to be...
Yeah. Oh, did anyone else freak out a little bit when they had no Jaegers left and the thing starts getting back up for a second?
Yeah.
Like, whoa, wait, what the hell's going to happen now?
I totally thought...
You're not going to beat it with Scrapper.
That's what I thought. I thought Scrapper was going to go and like crush the last brain or something.
After they did do that, and like Boyega's character gets up, Amara gets up, I was like, the kaiju's not going to be dead. It's not going to be dead.
You just had that feeling.
Something is going to happen where it's like,
oh
fuck,
shit,
we are not going to have to do this. And the one thing I'm trying to find is, so I was looking on Screen Rants, and they had an article, and I wish I could pull it up right now, but I can't, of the director from Pacific Rim Uprising was saying that he's got an idea for a sequel. So a third Pacific Rim movie.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I see another one that says that the director also wants to do a crossover between Pacific Rim and either Kong and Godzilla. Do you guys think we need a sequel to this movie?
Yes.
A third one?
Yes.
Pitch it to me, Dave. What would the next movie to Pacific Rim Uprising be?
They gave you what it was going to be. It was they're going after the kaiju. They're going after.
We're going to bring the fight to them.
Exactly. So they're going to find a way to open up a rift and go in with robots and punch some aliens.
Giant robots fighting giant monsters.
They would actually be really, and actually have it where it's set in an alternate world, not in our Earth.
Yeah, because imagine you have to send down like everything. It's a one-time mission. You send everything you got to end their like race. Basically, they were trying to exterminate them so they could never come at us again.
Because I'm trying to remember Charlie Day's character. I'm trying to remember Charlie Day's character didn't die.
No, he was locked up.
Yeah. So he still has the precursor in his head, right?
Yes.
So they can still try to talk and get some answers.
Yep.
That one would be interesting. Like I totally forgot he said that at the very end.
I do like what they do with his voice too. When the precursor like gets even stronger inside of its head, it, like double triple voice thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I just like the fact that like we got a great balance of action and a little bit of plot, like a little bit of character
with comedy
building
too.
Yeah,
I wanted to know more about these characters now. That's the thing is I got weirdly invested really quickly in like this next group and even like John Boyega and like I want to know more. That's kind of where it leads me.
No, I completely
Starship
agree.
Trooper this. Would you like to know more? Yes. Yes, I would.
And now I'm looking. I have a confused look on my face because I'm looking at an article now that says, so the title of it, Pacific Rim Uprising creates a kaiju-sized plot hole. And it says what the precursors want in Pac Rim, which we know. What do they want in Uprising? I hate this one. They say click to page 2 to see the next one. So the kaiju plan pothole. Now the location of the breach in Pac Rim, the first film, fit with the assault on Japan. Unfortunately, what comes out of it does not. The kaiju go in any which direction except Japan, San Francisco, Sydney, Hong Kong, which must be the fit. I'm looking. You know what? Not even going to worry about it. I'm looking and it's like, I don't see. Do you guys see a plot hole with this? With anything in the movie?
I mean, if they're saying that the monsters didn't necessarily all go towards Mount Fuji in the first one,
okay,
that's probably it.
So you're saying it's like they're kind of retconning it
a little bit.
This one?
A little bit.
Where it's like, hey, in the first one it didn't do this, even though in the second one...
Yeah, I say, because San Francisco is attacked. Why would San Francisco be attacked? It would go all the way across
the Pacific. Yeah, it wouldn't go to San Francisco. Unless it dropped in the middle of the U.S., which it didn't.
It didn't. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the Pacific Rim. Whoa, title.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What?
Any final thoughts you think we need to talk about before we go into Show Stealer and rating?
No.
I think it's just like, did you guys like, since you just watched Pac Rim 1 again last night, did you like the visuals of 1 or 2?
I liked it. I liked 2. I like the light compared to dark.
You like the bright? Okay.
Like the dark was cool. I like the light better.
Johnny?
I like the light just because of the fact that, I mean, the first one had
more... actually seeing what's going on.
The first one had more kaijus to fight, and a lot of the glowing aspects were really cool because you got a lot of the blue glowing off of the kaijus. You got a lot of the nighttime Tokyo City, San Francisco lighting up. But to be able to see the monsters fight the robots, actually see them, was really good too. So I go 2, but not by much because I like both effects.
How about you?
I kind of like 1's visuals better. I thought it was just so...
It just holds a near dear place in your heart.
No, I just thought it looked cooler. Like, but at the same time, being able to see and like actually be able to see what's going on for the entire fight scenes kind of makes a big difference sometimes.
It does.
The visuals are cool. Like the thing that they were able to do in Pac Rim 1 is the like flashlight things.
Yeah.
From the shoulders and the head.
And the fact that they murdered more people in 1.
Yeah,
that's true.
Come on, you knocked off, and that's the thing. Like we got to see the other legendary.
Legendary.
I like legendary. What's up?
Rangers?
No, not the well. You did see the Ranger wall, but the God, what's the name? Not for the robots.
The Jaeger?
Jaegers. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to see them, but we never got to meet their crews, really.
Yeah.
They all just mysteriously were dead now.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like that was kind of a bummer because, the first one we got to be introduced to the crews and then they were all murdered off.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it's now like, enjoy these young kids now piloting these awesome, awesome Jaegers.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't get the original crews for them.
And the one last question I wanted to get in before we get to our final ratings and everything is, what was your favorite Jaeger out of this?
You go first, Johnny.
I go first. Well, because
I already know mine.
It comes off of the just almost basically off the OG one. It's Gypsy Avenger because
But you really like Gypsy Danger.
I like Gypsy Danger. Gypsy Avenger is just like the remake of it.
The remake of a remake almost at this point.
So it's like, you know what? I really like, and I mean, having like what, the magnet cannon thing almost?
Yeah,
like
the magnet arm thing.
Magnet arm where you can just throw shit. You have the one blade, and at the end of it, it's like, we're going to take those off of this one. 2 blade. So
and speaking of that 2-1, that's mine.
No, well, 2-1 is me, Saber Athena, where it's the 2 katanas to where it's, I thought they were like katanas. Where, if I'm not mistaken, they pulled it out as 1 and then it pulled apart as 2.
I thought they pulled it out as 2 and then
they put it together
they smashed it together as 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Same thing. You could take two blades, make it one, pull it apart for two. That one was the one.
That's cool.
The only reason why I think I liked it the most is it's a game that you had me download that we have not played together.
No.
You're like, hey, you should play. It reminded me a lot of Warframe.
Yeah.
On PlayStation 4
That's fair,
of like sliding in, hack and slash. But like you said, I'm going to let you steal the thunder because it's your criticism for Saber Athena. They didn't want to use the swords, Dave. What do they want to do?
They want to kick things. What? You've got the most agile, like the Mark 7 Jaeger here, the highest of tech.
The silent slasher.
And
more like the silent
we're gonna
kickboxer.
have like these spinning kicks that, I mean, they look so cool. They look cool. But you got swords. Use the swords.
You got swords.
That's why I'm going with Obsidian Fury.
Bad guys with swords.
That's why I'm going with the
swords.
Oh my god.
What about you? What's your favorite?
Obsidian Fury. Go on. He
the dual blades out of the arms.
Yeah.
It was like Gypsy whips out the one. He's like, oh, that's cute. Wing. I got two.
You almost did the electric whip.
I almost did, but at the same time, I was like, that's kind of lame.
It's Whiplash.
It's a little lame.
Speaking of Iron Man, bringing Iron Man 2 back into this is Whiplash.
This thing looked so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? Didn't it like phase shoot out like the laser beam or
Chest?
Yes.
Chest beam.
It was a chest because my first thought was, really, we're going Thor on this one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's what I thought. But
you do it on the
when I
face,
looked
it's
at the
just,
face, I was like,
original Thor.
Days of Future Past, the Sentinels in the future had the thing come out of the chest.
Face as well.
Oh, that's right.
Always comes out of the face.
Out of the face.
It's Marvel comes out of the face.
I was like, oh, it's so similar.
It was
so cool.
That's what we're going to do.
That was a cool one, too.
Yeah.
But let us know what your guys' favorite Jaeger was in the comment section. But let's get into how we end every movie review. We'll start with our show stealer. And if you're new, basically what it is, MVP gives an MVP for the movie. Johnny, I'm going to let you go first because, spoiler alert, Dave and I have the same one. Who is your show stealer for Pacific Rim Uprising?
Oh, I'm going to go Jake Pentecost, John Boyega.
So we all are going Boyega.
We all landed.
Apparently these two don't listen to me because I didn't mention it.
I didn't. I have it on the spreadsheet. I didn't hear it, so I didn't put it down on there. So all of us are going same thing.
Unanimous.
I almost gave it to Amara Nibani.
I thought about it, but I like John Boyega's overall character development in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal character. Like from beginning to end, loved him the whole way through.
Do you want to give a little overview of the speech? His non-Captain the Apocalypse speech?
His non-one where it was basically, oh shoot, I'm trying to remember what he ended it on. I can't remember the exact speech.
Yeah.
You were probably better for that. I liked at the end where she's like, oh, so where'd you come up with that speech, huh? Did you just stay up all night
practice that one?
How much did you just stand up practicing that one? The, are you with me? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Are you with me? And it's like, okay, how many times are you going to say, are you with me? I didn't think about that then because I was so into it.
Exactly. I got goosebumps.
I wanted him to go, and we're canceling the apocalypse. Again.
I loved it.
Just with that John Boyega like comedy that he had in this one.
Dude, he had such a good attitude in this one, and I loved what he brought because up to this point we hadn't really seen him. And I mean, Finn was really his role.
Yeah, but Finn doesn't have much swagger.
Yeah,
Jake Pentecost
this character
was full blown swagger.
Yeah,
this character was full of it, and I loved it. And I think it was really well done.
You know, one thing you reminded me of, my only other criticism of this movie, and I get. You guys had great points to why this wasn't happening. This is how many years into the future?
10.
And the the hologram at the police station still sounds like crap. Like Tupac's hologram sounded better than that thing at the beginning.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was like my one
sketchy.
criticism. Like, I get it's a police station, and the police station might not be the best tech for holograms and stuff. But really, like you're telling me 10 years down the line, the shittiest, like the top end, top end that we have now is not the lowest end by the time we get to 10 years.
Well, you look at the stuff in like Japan that they had, everything was all ultra high tech and everything. So like he was living in like a still pretty demolished area. I'm gonna chalk it up to that.
I get it. I'm not gonna hold it against him, but I was kind of like, I really didn't like that one. Dave, we're gonna start with you though for this next one. We're giving it out of Jaegers. We decided 5 Jaegers is the best score. No Jaegers is the worst score. I don't think we've ever had a movie get no. The lowest we've ever had.
I think you gave something a 1.
The Mummy. So our lowest score last year, the Mummy got 1. Valerian and Geostorm got 2s. And those are both from
you. You are graceful graders.
The lowest for you was Mummy was a 3.
Wow. Yeah.
That was the lowest
so nice.
from Johnny.
I am nice.
You're like the opposite of Movie Bob.
Dave, we will start with you. What is how many Jaegers you giving this one and why?
I'm honestly I'm probably too high, but I'm saying 4 Jaegers. I thought it was a blast. I went in, like I said, low expectations and good storytelling, amazing visuals, good fights, and honestly, it had just enough character development that got you hooked in looking for more.
What about you? J-Man?
Same.
J Sizzle?
J Sizzle.
Mr. J?
I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5 Jaegers as well. Again, basically same things Dave said.
Do we think it's too high? Because I'm the same, 4 out of 5. Like,
probably.
Like part of me wanted to be like 3 out of 5, but then I'm like, fuck it, I had a good time.
Honestly, low expectations. We had low expectations. Came out with met or passed expectations.
Oh, it surpassed my expectations. Yeah.
So I mean that kind of blows it out of the water for like, hey, maybe it is a 4.
If you like giant robots fighting, you're gonna fucking love this movie.
Yeah, and I mean, if
giant robots fighting
if you
giant
love
monsters.
comedy, you're gonna like this as well. You had Charlie Day in it with the comedy. You had Boyega had some comedy. I was honestly, I would say honorable mention for the show stealer would have been Kaylee Spaney. However you say her last name.
I think it's Spaney.
Amara's character, because she was good. She just wasn't show stealer good.
Yeah, she had a couple moments. I honestly love Scott Eastwood as the straight man for all of the bits. Like, he just had that, like, he is army through and through. There is no personality behind
How about we get through this by I say this? He's like, or no, it was Boyega. He goes, how we're going to get through this is you say your thing, I'll just say yes, and we'll get through this as quick as possible.
Yeah.
That's exactly how we'll do this.
I love the chemistry between him and Boyega. And Boyega, like, riffing on him. Like, and he's a good-looking guy and all, but...
My favorite scene, the one you kind of hinted to, she kisses Eastwood, she kisses Boyega, and he looks over and goes, well, that's confusing, ain't it? The thing, though, with this is I was like, part of me was like, I want to kind of give it a 3. Got to give it a 4. And now looking at our rankings for so far this year, our lowest ranked movie, still Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider at a combined 2.75.
Ooh.
So we've got the best movie right now is Death Wish at a 4.75. Black Panther at a 4.5. Game Night and Pac Rim are both at a solid average of a 4.
I'm
shocked. Then Tomb Raider with an average of a 2.75.
I'm shocked that Black Panther wasn't your guys' movie of the year so far.
Well, it was because I gave Death Wish a 5 and Johnny gave Death Wish a 4.5.
Wow.
So that one was another one of like this,
that's
where it's
controversial.
Like it might be a little high, but I love the movie. I had a good time. I don't care if anyone else.
It's your review.
That's exactly it. Where these aren't, we're not the Academy Awards. No. We're not giving out Oscars here.
Well, we're giving something at the end of the year.
We are. And we're gonna do it a little differently. It's not gonna be straight off of score, but we are going to give out our Rick and Johnny movie awards that Dave
look forward to that.
You've reviewed one, so you're welcome to those.
I'll be there in my suit and tie.
Yeah. Now we got to play. If we had the rights, play JT's suit.
It's all black and white.
Any final thoughts with this before we wrap this shindig up?
No, it was a great movie to go see. If we want to see giant robots fighting giant monsters, I recommend.
Well, this is where you guys come in. Let us know down below in the comment section. What did you think of Pac Rim? What would be your show stealer? What would be your rating? Next movie we're actually going to see will be this upcoming week. We've got a lot more this year that are week after week after week. Ready Player One. This is one I'm going to be excited. Well, not excited for. I'm interested. I'm intrigued for because the promotion for this one hasn't really been the best all the way through. So I'm intrigued of what kind of a movie it will be. If there's a movie...
Strong start and then kind of faltered out on the promoting.
I'd be the opposite. It did not get me hyped at the beginning, but lately the trailers have been.
Okay.
So it's been a gradual pickup, but it's Steven Spielberg, so I'm assuming I'm going to like it. If there's any movie that you want us to review, go ahead and let us know. We'll go ahead and review it for you guys. Want to thank you guys for watching. Check out patreon.com to support us. The t-shirt link down below in the description. Most Valuable Podcast is where you catch everything for us. And go ahead on iTunes. Please give us a 5-star rating. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening on podcast services around the world. And as always, have a good day, everybody.